Well, it's the end of a new year. It's end of 2025. Tomorrow will be 2026. Hope I said those numbers right, but anyway, we're here at the Fisher's Graveyard, and I'm going to do an adventure lab. There's like 5 caches here I'm going to find, and I want you to come along and ring out the old year with some old stuff. There's old history here. I wonder how old some of these gravestones are. I want to say the 1800s. I bet you there's a 1800 things here. Watch out for the dogs, Josh. Oh, so we got a dog here. There's another dog showed up too. So anyway, all right, we're gonna go find our first adventure lab. All right, we came to our very first stop. Amongst the moss, we found some interesting things, and one piece of place we're gonna need to get some information is there's a what do you want to call this thing? A survey marker or something. Can I get some information on that for my first stop? And the sun's in my eyes. The sun is like right there. Great! Oh, it's down there. You can't see it.
Yeah, you can. You see it.
Kind of. Oh, but you know what you can see? The oak trees. Look at all these oak trees that are here. There's like a ton of oak trees in our environment. This big old oak tree right here. Oh, they're awesome. It's perfect for building like I don't know, tree houses in and stuff. So let's go take a look at this gravestone right over here and see how old it is. See if it's 1800s. All right, here we go. Oh snap! It's an urn. I don't think the ashes are in that urn. It can't be. Maybe it'd be down there. But check it out. Like I said, how do we say his last name? 1850 to 1895. 50, 67, 80, 90, 40. Only 45 years old. That's pretty young. But back in 1850s, probably pretty old. And again, look at those trees. Woo! Okay. Let's see if we can find one that's older than 1850. Along with adventure labs. And see there? It's a tree. It's a cedar tree. Here it is. I found it. Told you how to find it. The oldest recorded 1852. Oldest recorded gravestone in this whole cemetery. Earliest one. It's 1852. Huh. What an old, awesome cemetery this is. All right. This has been here for years and years and years. All right. Anyway, let's go find our next adventure lab. I think it's that way. I was doing a little reading here, and apparently these graves here, a lot of the graves are pioneers, that traveled here from, along the Oregon Trail and stuff. Let's see, here we go. Right here, this memorial dedicated to the earliest pioneers who were here. And so there's people who died in unmarked graves as well. You can see right here. So that's what this is dedicated to. It's pretty cool. So pioneers, that's awesome. They've had people travel the Oregon Trail, Lewis and Clark, all those early times getting here in covered wagons to live here in the Pacific Northwest. I grew up here in Vancouver, Clark County, Washington. I think I want to be buried in this cemetery. This is a cool cemetery. It's old. It's got some history to it. Yeah, the historic cemetery. I wonder if people are still buried here. I don't even know. What I do know is I got to find the entrance to this cool old cemetery. And look at that flag blowing in the wind right here. Hang on. Oh, that's kind of cool. How about that look? Man, I almost think maybe this is where I should have started my video. At the oldest established cemetery in Clark County. At the entrance to it. This right here. 1852 is when it was established, and it is the oldest in Clark County. That is awesome. I didn't realize it's the oldest one. Now that's why I want to be buried is here. In the oldest cemetery. In like 50 years. All right, one last look at the oldest graveyard in Clark County. Established in 1852. Thanks for coming along on this end of the year adventure. And I'll see you next year. With that, I gotta get one more adventure lab and then I'm done. I'll catch you later. See you next year.